Greetings to the family. You now tuned back in to the most epic 13 signs astrology. Trying to add back on the .com, working on a few things as far as with that. So what I'm doing here this morning is I'm just out here hanging out in the middle of the country, actually, with some what has become some really good close family out here, and we just been building on a lot of things, like on what it's going to take, to get myself in a situation to where I'm stable, so I can, get these programs fully organized and order and get them launched and things of that nature. So we just been building on that, and we was going into understanding what's going on with this cryptocurrency. We were talking about that last night, and it's actually kind of like a multi-level, multifaceted market out there right now with in reference to cryptocurrency, because I don't know how many of you remember, but cryptocurrency actually was like I was telling them last night, it was like $4,000 per Bitcoin. I'll say back in maybe a year ago, maybe not even that, maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago, you had it for $4,000. So I go check the market because I'm into sports and things of that nature, and I get to looking at it, and come to find out they done turned this into, it's like $34,000, believe it or not, now, which was probably only a year ago for the same stock. Now you got to think about how much equity is in that for somebody that came in with, say, one Bitcoin for 4 G's, and now here it is a year later, maybe 2 years later, and they done turned around and made $30,000, like, 30K or whatever in a day. In a year. That's exceptional for an investment. Very exceptional for an investment. And what I want to strive to do is set up like a link or some form of a gateway between the Bitcoin itself and all the digital currency and credit and things like that I've already established, and be able to connect my followers to and my subscribers to the Bitcoin, and set up what's similar to like a multi-level marketing company through it. I think that's the direction and the best direction to go in, because everybody out there has a social security number, like I've been saying, and when you get to researching your social security, you're going to find out, like I was saying, that it's tied in possibly to other people's social security. It's tied in through like a multi-level scheme, and this multi-level scheme, believe it or not, with social security goes way back, and it's tied in with physical bodies. So when you start talking about I really don't want to talk a lot about this, that's why I'm kind of being reluctant, but I'll just say a little bit. When you start talking about the crystal skulls, there's some crystal skulls that were misplaced on this planet, and there's several of them, and they've been looking for them. And these skulls, believe it or not, are tied into people's social security. So like, if you could prove your lineage that links back to one of these skulls, you could stand to make, millions, if not billions of dollars. And this is the stuff that they don't want, especially natives and indigenous people, to know, because see, if the native and indigenous person finds this out, they can get the funding and begin to fund their people and begin to build up kind of like a separate nation off of this. So they're trying to keep that information, that knowledge, away from the natives. But so what's happening with your social security is that no matter who you are, one of your ancestors ties back in to one of these continents, which is tied into these crystal skulls. So there are 7 continents, and there's a possibility that your ancestors may tie back in to one of these skulls, which would then set up a multi-level chain or link via social security to that skull. So the further you stand away from that skull, as far as your lineage, would determine how much more or less money you would get out of this deal that I'm talking about. So that's pretty much how it works. And then you have levels of it where it's like, what are you producing based upon your lineage of coming from such an abundant commodity. You know, I mean, the body produces assets. The body produces diamonds. The body produces gold naturally. And all of this will be rated in reference to your diet and all of that. And this will kind of determine what's called like your market value or your market rate in dealing with this Social Security. And what's going to happen is that they're going to tie all of that into the crypto currency that I've been speaking of. And what's going to happen with that is that that's going to be the backing. It already really is what the basis or the backing of what backs this unit or this Bitcoin. And they're going to take this unit, this Bitcoin, and attempt to go and buy up several economies. So that's what's going on. And you could stand to make millions of dollars through the process of this, right? Because no matter how low you come in at, there's a chance for you to move to the top. Once you prove and trace back your bloodline, once you begin to align your chakras. See, it's going to show you how spirituality is going to become lucrative. Because people that are able to do these rituals and able to put their body up under these intense rituals will increase their value. They'll be worth more. So that's what I've been speaking on. I've been telling people how, like, you, and they don't want you to know this, but like, you are a moving herb or some form of a moving commodity or a drug even that they want to keep away and control and regulate. They want to make you a controlled substance so they can pimp you and make all of this money off of you, when in reality you are the one that's supposed to control your commodities and control your drug and control your price and control your rate, which is more important, and use your rate to invest into a greater or higher currency. So this is what they're trying to block, man. Like, this is like a secret high-tech system that I'm involved in. Like I said, it is worth a lot of money, and most of the people that are involved in it are being targeted, believe it or not, just because of the money that they're worth. Period. They're being targeted. So like, these people that's living in this type of scenario have to move around and live a certain kind of way and live off the grid, man. It's challenging. It's interesting. It's challenging. So I'll come back up with more. I just wanted to start my morning with this. I promised them, that we would definitely shoot an episode here. I'm here live at the location right now, so I'm gonna finish building and meeting with these, unique couple, man, twin flame couple twin flame couples I'm working with. And from just the commodities that we have amongst each other alone, I think we'll be able to get a nice plug into this new crypto thing. So stay tuned for more. I'm gonna go ahead and shut down. Thank you all for being vigilant and patient. Namaste.